Hello and welcome, my friends. I hope you are having a fantastic experience this week. I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. This is being posted on Christmas Eve, and whether you watch it post or prior to Christmas, I hope you had a fantastic day. So, obviously, today I'm going to be looking at the week of December 26th through to January 1st. Like I said last week, I didn't want to just leave you guys high and dry and take a couple weeks off. I wanted to give you guys that insight and those ahas that you're going to need, because these couple weeks can be such a fulfilling time because miracles and experiences happen only at this time of year. At the same time, we have some amazing challenges and obstacles that we have to face as well, because we are looking at the week of Christmas and New Year's. So I couldn't just leave you guys up just to muddle through without some support. In this session, for this reading, I have an amazing deck called the Winter Waite Tarot. Like always, it's listed below. This is a wonderful deck. It's very much, they pretty much added snow and changed the colors to the deck. So I don't have to explain very much because they did take the artwork of Pamela Coleman Smith, who did the original Rider-Waite, and just kind of winterified it for us. Then I'm going to be pairing it with the Enchanted Map Oracle. I wanted something to help us move forward as we get that insight and aha. We need that kind of kick in the bum a bit. So, fantastic Oracle deck. Again, it's listed below. Let's get into this week. What can my friends expect from the week of December 26th through to January 1st? Come on. Storm fields. So this week, the week between Christmas and New Year's, can probably be one of the most confusing weeks that we're ever in, because no one really can remember if there's mail, if the garbage is coming, what they're supposed to be doing this week. Even during, like if you have to work during this week, it can be pretty challenging because there's a lot of kind of uncertainty. There's Christmas, then there's Boxing Day. Well, what else do you do? So if we are getting our head out of that confusion, that uncertainty, we're getting out of that food coma, and we're kind of detoxing a bit and kind of getting out of that hangover role, we're going to be able to see things coming, because many of us have the week off. Or work might not be as busy, or even if we're busy at work, sometimes that gives us even more clarity, because if you are someone that does a job where you're doing lots of maneuvering and that is the same, you get out of your head because you can kind of get into a meditative state. We're going to be able to see what is coming forward and make choices to deviate, or make choices to head forward. And lack of choice, I can tell you, will take you down that path right there. So we have that ability to A, stay in the present, B, see things coming, and C, make choices that are going to fit for us. And those choices that fit for us will spark that inner fire, that passion. When we take the roads that lead away from this, lead us straight to this. That passion, that fulfillment. Because you're avoiding some of that heaviness, that pain, that hurt, that challenge, opening yourself up so that you can embrace some of that life-giving aspect, giving you more aha. Because when you partake in that passion, in your creativity, no matter what that looks like for you, because it's always different for everybody. You're getting out of your head. You're not focusing in at the problem or task at hand. You are starting to get out of your way. You're opening up your third eye because you're like, ooh, this is fun. I'm enjoying this. I'm going to raise my vibration without even knowing it because I am partaking in something I enjoy. The high vibrational beings are like, eureka, aha moment. Aha moment. Let's make it easier for you. Should turn the card over. Do that all the time. Flying. You're avoiding the problem and enjoying the amazing wonder, the ahas, and the abundance. It's right there. We just don't see it all the time because we are caught up in that maze, that rat race. Our head is down, task at hand. We're not taking that breath, looking up, and going, oh, look, there's stairs out of here. Let's get out. Oh, look, there's opportunities. I can start to release some of this stuff. I can start to make a difference in my life. Yes, the rat race is going to be there. And yes, do we need to dive into it every once in a while? Absolutely. We need that stability of our jobs. We need the stability of that income. And as we move forward and become more confident in things, we can start to multitask, have our job, make it less part of our life, and bring in that aspect or piece that's going to be bringing in that meaning, that fulfillment, because it too will slowly bring in that abundance on the physical and material aspects and planes. I never encourage people just to jump forward without thinking or jump forward without having that safety and stability, because that's a leap of faith. I don't believe in leaps of faith because what happens is, sure, that leap of faith brings you to a point that you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. However, we can't sustain it because we don't have a structure or stability underneath of it, and our ego claws us backwards. And it's not usually to the point that we started and did that leap of faith. It's further back. It also creates more fear and more pain in trying to move ourselves forward again. We have more resistance. So I like the stability of that small, steady step because it gives us that stability. It gives us that foundation. And should we wobble, we can just sit down and go, I'm grounding myself for a day. Okay, I feel good. Standing myself back up and here I go. Stable and maintainable. Because change happens. This is the Metamorphosis card. This week allows us to really, gain some ground and embrace in some shifting. I don't like to say change because change brings in anxiety because our ego goes, the C word, and nothing gets done. But if you do a shift where you're like, you know what? I'm going to shift my perspective and my energy. I know this is coming. I'm going to avoid it. I'm going to go to the left or the right. I'm not going to take it head on. I'm going to try and go around it. I'm going to use my creativity and my passion to fuel me. I'm going to try and sidestep as much challenge as I can by staying high vibrational, staying out of that worry and fear, taking it one step at a time. And then you start to see that change occur. Really bad glare on that card, don't I, guys? See if we forward just a smidge. Better. Okay. So we can get that change that we're looking for because we're starting to work on us and strengthen us from the inside rather than just doing a cosmetic change that is ego-driven. You know the difference because you can feel it allowing you to grow rather than pushing down on you. Think of it as if you put a mask on, your face feels that compression. Well, that's more cosmetic. But when it fuels you, you feel that fire and you radiate out. Feel that. That is a metamorphosis. That's a change within you. It should fuel you. You should feel it within you. Feel good. Not going, oh, what if someone finds out? Because that's fear. We want to be more authentic. 2022 is going to help us get to that authentic self. And we're going to see a lot of healing and releasing in 2022. Don't worry, I'm going to support you with that, okay? So it's not going to be as scary or as challenging as if you're trying to do it by yourself. Because anytime we work together, we're able to really encourage and see each other grow. So let's get into this week. Let's see how this change, this kind of sidestepping things is going to look like. What can my friends expect at the beginning of the week? A lot, apparently. First cup, our card, the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups, of course, is that it's a family card, that connection. Reminding you that our family is much more than what we know here on earth. We have our physical family, for sure. Does it encompass them? Parts of them, sure. Also encompasses friends. Those people who like who you are, who encourage and nurture you. You, them. Those are the people of your physical support team. You also have an astral family. Can include passed on loved ones or loved ones that we had in past lifetimes. Some of them in our astral family, you'll also find are here in our physical world as well, in our physical support team. So know that there's a multi-dimensional support team that's with you. Take some time to make sure that we have that support and that we're supporting it. Using our words to ask for that help, to connect in with them. Especially as the holidays are starting to wrap up. There's a lot of anxiety about the new year coming in. And there can be also a lot of challenge for some of our friends and family who may have had challenges or trauma during the Christmas time or may feel alone. Connecting in with them and checking in to see if they're okay goes a long way in not only avoiding some landmines, but helping others to avoid landmines. And that will also help to raise your vibration. So you feel good about checking in on someone who is meaningful for us. The Hermit, the 9th card in the Major Arcana. And of course, it's that time for self, that time for reflection. So, like I said, leaps of faith aren't very stable. New Year's resolutions, those are leaps of faith. That's why they don't last too long. Instead of doing a New Year's resolution, I encourage people to do New Year's reflections so that you're taking that time to reflect rather than to say, I'm going to make these changes. And they're unstable changes. If there's changes you want to make, you can start to work towards it. Again, that's part of the flying high and the storm field. You can go, hey, I know this isn't working over here. This is working over here. I'm going to start to make detours, and this is how I can do it. When we take that time and we follow the star, and for those who don't know, in here is a star that has connection to obviously the star card in the Major Arcana, and that is your hopes and dreams. We're able to take that time and reflect in and make little shifts to those hopes and dreams, because a little shift will detour you. A big shift can cause you to get out of control. A little bit of a shift, lots of support, because of course that little shift is going to incorporate your creativity, your passions. It's working well, so it's already embracing that somehow. You're going to be fueling what's working. And the universe and your high vibrational support team is like, ooh, I'll help. Here's some added supports. Here's some abundance. I'm going to make things work for you. so you don't have to work as hard. So a little bit of time for self, a little bit of reflection. I know we hate it. It does go a long way. But I'd also encourage you, when you're doing that, get your spiritual support binder, your spiritual binder, and do the writing in there so it's easy to find. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And two, the spiritual binder, it's like those little spiritual notebooks or journals that you can find, except it's a binder. And so A, it's not as easy to lose. And B, you have a versatile platform to add in pictures, ideas, drawings, what have you. It's a better format, I think. So have that at hand while you're doing it so that you can write it down, because we can get it out and avoid our ego helping us forget. Damn it, I should have turned the stupid card over. So if you're new to my channel, I do this all the time. I'll hold a card, look at you and talk, and use my hands a lot because I talk with my hands. And I'm holding a card that says exactly what I just said. So the devil. I'm going to move this deck here. The devil, of course, we're looking at the 15th card in the major arcana, and it is your ego. Because your ego will try and stop you. Because shifting, changing, evolving, scary. You're getting out of the little box. You're breaking the chains that your ego has around you. And in here, you can see he's holding the chains. In the original card, there's a naked man and a naked woman with chains around their neck. But the trick is that those chains, they could easily take them off at any time. Just as we can change and we can make shifts in our life at any time, should we choose. But they don't choose to. And sometimes either do we. But it's that choice and that active participation that's going to make so much more, well, of an impact and be so much more meaningful for you. Like I said, it's going to help you avoid things. It's going to help you plan forward. And lessen heartache and pain that's coming forward. For its sake. Okay, so it's the 10 of Swords, heartache and pain. Also, the 10 of Swords, this is a sun that's coming up. As we are just embraced the winter solstice, it takes longer and it seems darker. So we have that ability to just embrace that new day, embrace that new experience. There's a lot of new this week. We just need to be there. I'm just going to turn this card over because I'm going to be talking about this. It's the 8 of Swords. The new gets you away from this and this. And it's going to embrace the joy, the wonder, the beauty. Brings in the abundance, brings in the happiness, and the joy. So, getting away from the pain and the hurt. One of the ways you can start to work on some of this pain and hurt is through a meditation that I did with Archangel Metatron. I did it back in 2020, so you'll have to scroll down that list. It's getting to be quite a list. I know. I'm obsessed with helping you guys. I'm sorry. It's kind of a weird creative obsession I have. I love doing my meditations, and I get such great feedback from them. So back in 2020, I made a meditation with Archangel Metatron, and it's releasing the pain. Boom. 30 minutes. I think it might be 35 with Metatron. Where that's what we're looking at. Healing and releasing that pain. It's going to support you. So if you're new to my channel, I have 4 playlists. 3 of them are meditative playlists, and 1 is a mindfulness tool playlist. These are all guided supports for you. So I know a lot of people are like, I just go into a room and I sit and meditate for 30 minutes. I couldn't do that. I don't have the physical ability to. A, I'm never in a room by myself. And B, I can't quiet my mind because the minute I sit down and I'm like, okay, what's next? I get bombarded with a to-do list. I won't lie. Sometimes being a light worker can be challenging because you don't have that. So A guided meditation, though, I can listen to someone's voice and my mind is busy and I'm focused. So that's why I have guided meditations. The most important thing is, guys, they're free. I'm not a monetized channel. These tools are for you to use and reuse as you need now, and especially in 2022, as we are looking at moving away from this and moving into an aspect and experience that is more high vibrational and abundant. So a lot of time at the beginning of the week, sure, we want to check in. We want to with our friends and family, but we want to balance that out with some really important work. And we don't want to hyper focus in on this though, guys, because that's another ego trip. Oh, we have to do this all week, 24/7. So you burn out. Balance it out. Give yourself 15 minutes to reflect. Give yourself 30 minutes to work with Archangel Metatron. Give yourself, 2 hours to connect in with friends and family. Give yourself a couple hours or 30 minutes to have some fun with your creative endeavors. Fuel you on many levels. Because like I said, many of us do have time right now. And if we don't, we can add it in throughout our week. Well, let's go on through our week here. Let's go to the middle of the week. What can my friends expect from the middle of the week? Busy week for you guys. I love this Emperor. I won't lie. So he's the 4th card in the Major Arcana. And you guys do have a number of Major Arcana here. We've got the Hermit, we've got the Devil, and we've got the Emperor. We're looking at some bigger life shifts here for you guys. The Major Arcana deals with those bigger aspects, those bigger energies. They're archetypes of energy. And the Emperor, well, he's the archetype of stability. With some of these ahas and releasing some of this, you're going to find that stability. You're going to find that calm within ourselves. Will help you to tap into some of that hidden knowledge that we have deep within our recesses of our brain. We carry a lot. We're just not accessing it. Additionally, we're going to need that stability as we go into 2022 because the energies are still pretty hard to deal with. The more stable and confident we are in ourselves, the more we can, of course, help our friends and family, but we can also support ourselves in embracing the shift into a new year. The 10 of Pentacles, the 2nd family card, really reinforcing how what we're doing here and now is going to positively support our support team, especially on the physical level. Additionally, reminding us that grounding is going to be really, really essential, especially as we go into 2022. Anytime we have that shift or change into a new year, we have added energy confliction. People are excited, but at the same time scared of what can be. Now we do have the double 10s. So when you have that multiple 10, the angels, actually we have 3 10s here. I missed the swords. Sorry. When you have that multiple 10 though, the angels are telling you this is part of your soul's purpose, your soul's journey. It's going to bring changes and shifts that are really going to support you in tapping into that. I do believe I talked about this card, the 7 of Cups. That illusion, that uncertainty. This whole week, we feel it. More than in most weeks, actually, because there's lack of instruction, if you will. We know what to expect from as we get into the holidays, as we build up to Christmas. But between Christmas and New Year's, you're like, what do I do? There's so many different things in play. And at the same time, sometimes we don't even see that because we're so caught up in the the food coma, the alcohol stupor. We're just like, I don't know. That uncertainty, like I said at the very beginning, that lack of decision will take you down this path here, rather than helping you through and past some of the challenge. So you're going to really feel that uncertainty, that confusion in the middle of the week. You may have some pretty damn good plans here, but your ego is going to go, yeah, but, and you're going to go, oh God, yeah, but what? What if that does happen? So when those what ifs and that heart center starts to bleed rather than to sing, so you start to feel overwhelmed and you start to feel really kind of conflicted, that's when we need to ground ourselves the most. Stability will help us to kind of calm that uncertainty, and we can take that step back and get the bigger picture, because people will still be impacting us. There's still lots of energies in play. In May, Castors and Pollux, when we got into Gemini, they started to battle a bit. We had them tantruming, and they've been tantruming ever since. They've had this massive conflict because the energies have been lots of push and pull. Yeah, no. Well, it's still in play. Capricorn may be able to shift some of that. However, Capricorns are Capricorns, and they do it in their own time. It's still going to be in play. Not to mention, those people around you, your family and friends, they too are going to feel that uncertainty. They're going to be like, oh my God. So we'll have that uncertain energy start to amplify as well. So ground yourself. Take that time and go, okay, you know what? I'm feeling kind of funky. I'm going to ground myself. I'm really going to start to feel stable and strong, so that we're not being bombarded and overwhelmed. We can make some decisions that are going to be great for you. They're going to make you feel better and stronger. Adding to your pentacles, adding to that grounded energy, we're adding in the page. When the energies start to get really kind of overwhelming, a couple things you can do. One, I have a trick where I tell people all the time, when you're starting to feel overwhelmed, go to a sink of water and run your hands underneath of it. You can do this or whatever. You don't need soap. It's not going to impact it at all. But it will start to release some of the energies that we're feeling. We have chakras in our hands. They're a 5th dimensional chakra that most people don't have activated yet. But when we do use the water, it starts to draw out the energy and we feel stable. It's a quick and easy way to start to reduce some of that energy. Second, have some fun, for crying out loud. Don't get caught up in things too much. We have that spark. That was the second card that came out. We need to make sure that we have that fulfillment and joy in our week. We don't want to get too bogged down with this, because when we do that, that's when the devil starts to really, yeah, but. What if? Have some fun. Play. Enjoy. If you're in a climate where you can start to get into the dirt, start to grow things, fantastic. If you live like me in Canada, where you're like, snow, you could go play in the snow. And that's a fantastic way. It's still a ground, even though it's a frozen water energy, you still have that ground. It's still full of Gaia's amazing energy. You could go and play in the snow. Or if you're like me and I just fall ungracefully, you can start to work on, say, indoor plants. Ground yourself. Get your hands dirty. Enjoy. Have fun. Allow that spark to grow. The middle of the week would be a fantastic time to take extra time with your passions and creativity. No matter what is happening on the outside, you can have some fun and rejuvenate you on the inside as we build up to 2022 here. Let's look at 2022. What can my friends expect from the end of the week? I don't know about you, but I'm interested to see how 2022 unravels, because we are looking at a new year full of twos. balancing, duality, choice. So fantastic opportunities. So I'm interested to see how this all kind of pans out. I love it. The Seven of Pentacles. So the beginning of the year, as we go into New Year's Eve and the New Year Day, we need to keep working. We don't want to get into a food coma or into a huge detox or hangover type idea. We still want to have that work ethic. That storm still can hit you. It can shift gears. We need to be present for that. We don't want to add to the Seven of Cups here. We don't want to add any more added gunkiness. So the Eight of Pentacles is reminding us to stay focused and stay very attentive to things. That attention will help because you can start to see those messages that are hidden in plain sight. And again, of course, grounding, right? The Empress. The third card in the Major Arcana. Of course, we've got that balance and duality between the Emperor and the Empress, that divine feminine and the divine masculine, really helping us with that balance. Again, we have that very grounded energy, that Gaia energy. It's going to support us in dealing with any uncertainty, any fears that we have, giving ourselves a fantastic platform to grow from. My God, you guys, this week is fantastic. We have yet another Major Arcana, the Magician, the first card in the Major Arcana. We're looking at really owning our abilities and our skills, talents. Like I said, 2022 is going to be fantastic. We've got that duality. We've got so many twos. Well, I also said we're going to get to the heart of the matter. We're going to get to ourselves, authentic self, starting on day one. Awesome. So awesome. The Nine of Wands. Talking about not only connecting into our skills and our abilities and drawing down, because he's usually like right here, he's like a lightning rod. He's drawing down the universal power and sending it straight to where he needs it most. We're also going to be combining it with the stability and kind of backbone of what we've created, what we've existed through, what we've lived through to help support us. We've got lots of supports. We've got the double tens, so the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles, talking about that familial support on all levels. We have that friendship level because we've got the 10 of Cups in play. We've got lots of supports. It's time we access them. Whether they be talents and experiences and information, whether it be high vibrational support people and beings, or our physical support team. We are going to be breaking free of some of this stuff. We're going to see ourselves grow. We're going to see ourselves really connect into aspects that have been hidden within us. And 2022 is going to be an amazing year. We're not supposed to do it alone. We were never supposed to do it. So making sure we take that time to connect in with it. Let's end off with further insight, wisdom, and guidance that we can share with my friends for the week of the 26th through January 1st. I did say to get your hands dirty, right? Gentle gardener. Getting your hands dirty, especially in the gardening aspect, it helps us with that grounding energy. So connecting in with that grounded energy really helps to rejuvenate us on so many levels. Secondly, we need to be gentle with us. No matter what gardening you're doing, whether that be the kind of spiritual or the physical, be gentle with you. Be open to the experience, because some of that stuff is easy to miss. We have the 8 of Pentacles here, that attention to detail. When we are gentle and nurture ourselves, we are going to grow so much better. Rock bottom. Many of us feel like we're here. Know that if we follow that path, there are many paths leading out. This is where we need to make those high vibrational choices. We need to use our passions, our creativity, our tools to our advantage to start to flip our perspective to something that is going to be life-giving rather than life-sucking. Also adds to our 10s. 10th card adds to the 10 of Swords, the 10 of Cups, and the 10 of Pentacles. Connecting in to your deeper life's purpose. Encouragement. Like I said, we weren't meant to do this alone, and we shouldn't try. Our physical support team, our spiritual support team needs to encourage us. We need to encourage them. Working together, we're going to get a lot more out of this experience. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope that this helps to usher you into 2022. Like I said, it's going to be a fantastic year, and I'm going to be there too, every step of the way. If you did like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. I don't do those like garish little woo pop-ups, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. You know what it means. Helping people find me, thumbs up. It helps with people finding the video. More importantly for you though, subscribe, because 2022, like I said, we're looking at a year of connection. We're looking at a year of healing and releasing. I'm going to be there every step of the way. So I have some videos that I post on certain days, but I also have videos that I post throughout the week. So being connected, hitting that subscribe and the bell will help you stay up to date on what I've got going. And I've got a lot going on. So I hope that you enjoyed this. And I want to wish you guys the merriest and happiest new year. Take time to enjoy the wonders and the miracle that happened during that 2021-2022 shift. Until next year, my friends.